Hey, everybody, it's your girl off the dock be in the building. And guess what? We are bringing it to the table tonight with some very, very, very special brothers and sisters of mine. So please sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy the ride. I hope you got your popcorn and got your notebooks and things of that nature, because I'm telling you now, I have just been waiting to introduce these people. So please click like and share. Click like and share, and bring it to the table is a place where you can address everyday issues in our community. However, we specifically focus on those who have overcome, conquered, or survived anything and is now living beyond their dreams. Yep, that's right, living beyond their dreams. So, without further ado, tonight, I know that you read it and you saw it, but I need you to make sure that you click like and share. And don't be afraid to post your comments, ask questions. If you want to come on, there's a place where I can send you a link. You can come on and ask questions and learn about what is going on Bring It to the Table. Because let me tell you something, you won't regret it, and you don't want to miss it. So tonight, without further ado, I'm going to bring on some special people, and then we'll get started. Okay? Give me one moment. Glamour. Close the door. All right, all right. Sorry about that. Y'all know that grandbaby, she just pop in on any given moment. All right, so it's your girl off the dock be in the building, and tonight we have the Millati Islami members of the addiction treatment Islamic treatment for addiction. It's religious specific, and they're going to be throwing one of their famous speaker jams this summer, July the 4th, and I'm going to get it kicked off tonight. Bring It to the Table have the pleasures of giving the kickoff for the annual Millati Islami 4th of July Speaker Jam. You don't want to miss it, let me tell you. So I need to see those hearts. I need to see you click like and share. We need to know that you are there and that you are with us on this journey. Okay? So don't forget it. Let me tell you. So I need to see those hearts. Yes, let's see it all. All right. I'm going to bring in our first guest, and then I'm going to bring in, this was going to be a surprise to some of you. So let's see. Let's bring them on. Hi, Imam.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
I'm Tayyib, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And everyone, this is Imam Jury, and he sits on the World Service Office. He'll tell you more about himself when we get to the introductions. We also have another guest coming on, so please get your pencils, your papers, get your questions ready, because your guys are in for a treat. It is a huge kickoff tonight. We are kicking it off to the Millati Islami Speaker Jam annual event, and it's going to take place on July the 4th. Guess what the title is? Freedom from Bondage. Yes, so if you want to be free, that's where you need to be on the 4th of July. It is on a virtual platform just like this one, and we're going to be kicking it off. So every Thursday night at 9 o'clock, you need to be tuned in, okay? Every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Now we have another guest that we're going to bring on, and then we'll go right along with our introductions. But there's two of you there. I don't know which one you want me to bring on. I see you two times. One, you're muted, and the other one, you're not. Did you want to unmute yourself? Because you're on twice. Okay, now you're on once. There you go. I'll bring you up now. You're perfect now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for, where is she? Where is she? Sister Nafisa. It looks like you're streaming in now. There she is. Hi, sister.
Can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, we can.
You can hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And you might have a weaker connection because it keeps going in and out. Your face keeps going in and out, but I see you now. We
I
see
was
you now. So,
trying to set up
yep,
for me, but
that's perfect.
that's better.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna get started with the introductions. Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We're going to ask that Imam Jury if you would introduce yourself and the position that you hold at the Millati Islami Path of Peace, Islamic Treatment for Addictions.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jory Kareem, and I am an imam in the world community, Ummah, and I am also serving as the chairman of Millati Islami World Services Incorporated. This happens to be an offshoot of our original organization or our original group, Millati Islami, which is essentially a group of Muslim men and women who come together to share their hopes and strengths and experiences so as to help each other and help humanity at large. And the help we are bringing is the fact that we have encountered a condition that scientifically is termed addiction. And if you know anything about this term, you know that it's very broad and very pervasive because one can be addicted to anything, any place, or anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so in our particular meetings, we talk about just that. A lot of us have encountered substance abuse, chemical dependence in that condition, which has caused us to have adverse reactions and what we would spiritually call a fall from human grace and dignity.
Yes.
And so, in order to restore ourselves, reconnect ourselves, our founder, Zaid Imani, may Allah be pleased with him, had a brilliant idea to come up with something that was specifically designed for those of us who had taken a declaration in our faith and became Muslims. And not all of us was Muslims before we were in this condition, and not we hadn't taken declaration, but some of us had. So I say that to say that what we were practicing didn't help us because there was a disconnection that had occurred. And in Millati Islami, the basis of it is to connect us with our Creator in a way that gives us a purification. It's sort of like being hooked up if you got bad kidneys and you go in and you get on that machine to purify yourself, and you go in there once or twice or three times a week. But we pray. We believe that our prayers are purification, our studies, and our coming together, our mutual enjoining in each other's will help us be mindful of what we need to do and to be remember where we came from, to be grateful to where we have arrived thus far. So, in short, Millati Islami is a group of people who are doing what is necessary to be done to restore themselves, to redeem themselves after having encountered a tragic collision with misappropriate behaviors, misappropriate thought patterns, um, inappropriate speech, inappropriate conduct, and all of those things that make us unhealthy. All praises to Allah that we've been sent this guidance and we submit to it on a day-to-day, prayer-to-prayer basis. And Millati Islami is essentially about that. But of course, in broader aspects, it's about much, much more. So I'll let somebody else talk about it. But that's who I am. and that's what I have been. My condition is not who I am. It is what has happened to me as a result of what I was exposed to, me following misguidance, and as a result of that, I fell from the grace and dignity of my higher self.
Sure.
Thus,
Sure.
being in Millati Islami, I've been reconnected, restored, redeemed, and
Mm.
very grateful to have been saved, if you will, from the torment of self-destructive, self-debasive, self-defeating ways of thinking.
Yes. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you. That was a wonderful introduction. And so the questions are already starting to come in for you, Imam. One person is up there already and saying, wow, self-destruction. I love it. I love it, and things like that. So we're going to ask that Sister Nafisa Muslima introduce herself at this time.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, sister, for inviting me into this platform and this podcast. It's really alhamdulillah. Brother Jury, thanks for, also inviting me. It's a really is a mercy from Allah to even be able to be on this podcast with you all right now. The way at one point in time that I was living my life. But just to introduce myself, I'm a Muslim in recovery. My name is Nafisa Muslima. I reside here in New Jersey, and I've been in recovery, I want to say since 2002, November the 13th, since 2002. And I got introduced to Millati Islami in, I want to say 2010. I've been a member since 2010, alhamdulillah. And I had an opportunity.
Okay, so she kind of got stuck there a little bit. I guess she'll come back in
to the
when she can. There she go.
What happened?
You had got stuck a little bit. First it was bubbling, but now you sound so crystal clear. So continue. Go ahead.
Woo woo. So I just wanted to I don't know where we got cut off, but again, I'm a member. I've been a member since 2010. I am a Muslim in recovery. I'm not ashamed to say that. Right. I attend meetings with Millati Islami on Friday nights at 8 p.m. and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. There's a few other meetings that's going on. I had the pleasure of opening up my first meeting here locally in New Jersey, and at one point in time in 2000, before the pandemic, it was going on. I don't know where I left off, but Millati Islami, I've been doing this since 2010. So. Alhamdulillah, by the grace and mercy, I've been able to change my life. No longer a slave to addiction. Mm-hmm. That's what we talk about. It's a slavery to addiction. We are no longer slaves to addiction. And as a result, I've been able to change the course of my life and impact my family and my community. So I'm grateful to be here. Thanks.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm going to get started with my questions. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. And so, Imam, this question would be, sister, do you participate in the World Service Office as well?
Who, me?
Yeah. Do you come to the World Service Office meetings?
I do attend the board meetings. Yes.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And so, Imam, would you explain the structure of the Millati Islami program to the audience, please?
Oh, the structure is basically the structure of the Millati Islami program is based upon essentially the format is about a process that we take that's akin to a 12-step approach to remediation. Mm-hmm. However, it is inclusive of spiritual principles that we call Islam. Mm-hmm. The spirituality is very specific to Islam. And so we believe that practicing Islam in and of itself is a purification and a healing for whatever malady that may exist. We believe that the disease of addiction is of a spiritual nature. Mm-hmm. And the only antidote for disease of a spiritual nature is spirituality.
Very
And
good.
spirituality is an active, ongoing relationship with the source and power that gives your life meaning and purpose. So
Very
we
good.
believe that our deity, our object of worship, has created us with a design purpose. And if we get away from that, we often can fall into the snares and traps that this world can set before us. So it's basically getting us back on track with that relationship with our highest power. Notice
Okay.
I didn't say higher power because
Mhm.
ER suggests that we're comparing it with something.
Okay,
This
got it.
has no comparison. So this is being religiously specific, if you will. This is an example of being religiously specific. Allah is not compared to anything in Islam.
So,
So we are
okay.
connected to the highest of
Uh-huh.
all powers that
Okay.
exist.
That's awesome. That's good. And so if they don't have that power, can they come to Millati Islami?
All are welcome. Every human being in the world is welcome to come to. I've never seen a hospital that says that this person can't come in and that person can't come in. That's
Right.
not places of healing, places of mercy don't shut their doors because it would be contrary to their very existence.
Well, you
And
heard it, folks. You heard it, folks. You heard what he said. You heard it, folks. You are invited to the Millati Islami program. It is for everyone. And I love his analogy. He does that all the time. I have the pleasures of being around him all the time. So what you guys are getting in 1 hour, Nafisa and I, we get it all the time. So we appreciate it. We really do. We appreciate it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kickoff to the Millati Islami Treatment for Addictions program. We are kicking it off tonight because on July the 4th, please keep your eyes and ears open and to the ground. Let me tell you, we are having a speaker jam, and it is called the Freedom from Bondage. You don't want to miss it. We're going to get into that a little bit, and we want to talk about some of the topics that is going to be going on, and we're going to talk about some of our dynamite speakers that you're going to be hearing. Nafisa, you're a speaker, I hear.
Okay, I am one of the speakers.
And so,
Alhamdulillah.
how are you feeling about that right now?
Okay, I'm feeling really good. You know, it's a blessing, the opportunity to be able to share for someone even to believe that I have a message to give. You know, I'm getting the opportunity to share on a panel of married women, and we're going to get a chance to talk about being married, and those some of us will get asked questions. We'll get to tell our story, and for me, this it's alhamdulillah because I've been married and I've been in polygamy as well. So I'm looking forward to the type of
Nice.
questions that's going to be asked of me on July the 3rd about my experience with marriage.
Nice.
Mhm.
Can we just talk about the polygamy part real quick?
Oh
Woo!
my.
Oh my God. I gotta bring you back on the show. That just needs to be like one show separately from this, because that is just going to be such a dynamite moment. And I think that the audience and the people who attending this particular event is really going to be able to have a well-versed they're gonna be well versed. I mean, it's just gonna be like a blast of information on that day. And let me just say, let me see some of the topics. Look, somebody in the audience right now, they say, okay, yes, please talk about polygamy. They're asking us to talk about it right now. No, that has to be another day. Today, this is the kickoff now. You got to come back on July 4th. Well, we actually will be here every single Thursday at 9 p.m. with different members from the Millati Islami group, sharing their experience and telling you what it was like for them working and living the program of Millati Islami, the path of peace. It is clearly a healing journey. And let me tell you something, I'm on that path too. Oh, y'all know off of Doc B, she don't play around. I am on that path as well. Oh, that's my nephew. He's saying, come on, auntie, go ahead, talk about it. Or my niece, one of them, because I got a whole plethora of family. So I just want to acknowledge a couple of groups that are on here now. So we have people on here now who supports me weekly, and they are from, we got the Canada, we got Canadians here, we got people from the Gambia, Africa on here right now. We have Saudi Arabia on here right now, and then we have the National Islamic Youth Leadership in Sierra Leone that's listening to us right now, and they are learning what we are doing here with the Millati Islami program. Yes, it's religious specific. You heard it from Imam yourself, but you are also invited to come in. So these are the ones that's on. Thank you very much for your support. We really, really, really do appreciate you guys and you ladies. And so we're going to get on with our interviewing. So talk about them topics. Ooh, you talked about that women's panel. Oh, that thing going to be lit. It's really going to be lit. It's some real powerful sisters.
Mm-hmm. There's another, it is. It was another favorite topic that I was given. First, I was asked to speak on every woman is in a struggle or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I was excited to speak on that, but then it shifted or whatever. We got some really, really good topics, y'all. So please come out and support us. We really, really got some good topics. I think principles before personality. It's really going to be a good opportunity for you to get amongst Muslims in recovery who are wanting for their brothers and sisters what they want for themselves. So please come in and help us support what we do and spread this message of hope.
There's another topic that I'm looking forward to hearing, and they gave it to a sister. Allah is the lawgiver from a woman's perspective. Woo! I cannot wait. I believe she's the opening too. I cannot wait to hear that.
She's a great speaker.
I know. These are some of our topics. Allah is the lawgiver. Look, we're talking about inside out job. That recovery is an inside out job. Imam, can you talk about that topic maybe a little bit? Well, your topic is good too. You got a good topic too.
Let me digress a moment, because I think it's very, very important that we talk about the topic that and this is I'm not trying to be braggadocious or ring my own bell, but I came up with that topic. A woman's place is in the struggle. And the reason that I did that is because I know for sure that too often, very, very, very frequently, women are displaced. They are displaced. They're used as sex objects. You want to buy a car, here go a naked lady in front of the car. What that got to do with the car? The car may not even cut on. You got that, you trying to get me down there. So what I'm saying is that you cannot rise up as a nation until you raise the woman up. And so the woman's space may be at home, but her place is in the struggle, because we don't get anywhere individually. We were created in pairs. So we got to go together. My struggle is your struggle. And so the woman, if when you speak English, and I'm in an academic arena, Doc, that
I know. I already know.
The word woman is going to satisfy the professor when you say, oh, that's the female gender of the Homo sapien species. Right. You'll get an A. You'll get an A on that.
A plus.
But if you look at it through the Islamic perspective, it means those who make men forget. That makes you start thinking, what you mean forget? Right. Well, let's look a little deeper, because it's always a deeper meaning in the Arabic, nisa. How does she make men forget? Because innately, meaning some characteristic.
He dropped off.
Yeah, he dropped off right in the middle of that. That was about to be good. And so I think I know where he was going with that. And he can just he has the link. He can come back on. But what he is saying is that innately we have what it takes to make the male, just forget. There he is. He's back in. So I'm going to bring him back in.
I was just getting into the meat of it.
And I know,
So,
go ahead. We
Freedom
have
from bondage. Freedom from
yeah,
bondage.
we
freedom from
want the freedom from death, but bond, you can be in bondage by having Eurocentric concepts that don't allow you to see the reality of what it is, of the object that you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So through the Islamic perspective, the woman means those who make men forget, because innately in her character, she has the ability to create an atmosphere that's stimulating, warm, and pleasant. Now let me show you how this works in a practical sense. Your
Okay.
brother, your brother Raheem come at work. The tow motor he was driving tore down everything else in the factory. He had a blowout on the way home, ran into the bus, got out the car, splashed mud on his trench coat. He come in the house, he is in sort, he is all messed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see him, you say, uh-oh, let me go put his favorite dish on.
Yeah.
Let me put a little jazz on.
Uh-huh.
Let me run him some hot bathtub
Yeah,
water,
water.
and let me rub his shoulders and
Mm-hmm.
get his slippers. And by the time he bite down into that whiting fish or that chili ass with
Right.
that nice food, he done forgot all about that.
Yes.
Especially when
Absolutely.
you plant one of them kisses on his cheek and say,
Woo.
"Love
Okay.
you, Raheem." See,
Raheem likes it
you
right
have the
now.
ability to do that because you've been created that way. That's
Yes.
why all people run
Alhamdulillah.
through the wounds of women.
Alhamdulillah.
And so that has a duality to it. And that's the good part.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are disobedient and not in congruence with your true nature, you
Mm-hmm.
can come down the street with your anatomy showing,
Uh-huh.
skirt on up to your waist,
Mm-hmm.
and your pots and pans will be showing.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? That man who is supposed to remember where he's going will look over and run into the car in front of him because he got distracted by you. So it
Right.
is important. It is very important that we conduct ourselves once we know what our true nature is. And we can have a better influence on others around us. And the woman is the number one thing that all people. I haven't met a man that had a baby yet. I don't know about you.
I have not, but you know, the way that this world is headed, I wouldn't be surprised. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
but
move
I
on.
get it.
Right, right. We're
I
gonna
get
move
it.
on for the sake of time. We're a half hour in, and so I just want to talk to the audience for a minute. Thank you all for joining. I'm looking at all your comments. You guys are amazing. Please click like and share. Invite a couple of people. Invite. And I just want to thank you for supporting me each and every week that I broadcast. I really do appreciate that. And so you are talking to the Millati Islami, Islamic Treatment for Addiction group, and we are religious specific. I am a part of that group as well. I do what I need to do for my recovery. You all know Doc B's story. That's how the podcast got started. It all is offspring from my book. And this is tonight, the kickoff to the Millati Islami Speaker Jam, the annual Speaker Jam, and that's taking place, folks, on the 4th of July. That's when it's taking place, the 4th of July. And it's going to be, I believe, from 12 p.m. until like 8 at night, 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. It's definitely virtual. I will read out the numbers and you can look on all my platforms. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, you are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different platforms right now at the same time. You guys are on Twitter. You are on my podcast on YouTube. You are on LinkedIn. You are in my group for my book on Facebook. You are on the Millati Islami World Service Office Facebook page. You are on Instagram. You are on my business page on Facebook. So you are just out there, and we appreciate all your support. We really, really do. And I have to keep saying that because you know what? We want you to keep coming back. And guess what? Millati Islami accepts everyone. You heard it from Imam. Now you heard what he said. July 4th, you gotta be glued. I'm telling you, you have to come back. Please. You look on Instagram, Millati Islami, at Millati Islami. You can look on Facebook, Millati Islami. People don't know how to spell it. It's Millati. And you can just join the group. It's an open group. If not, contact me. I'll be happy to link you to the group. Also, they are going to be on WURD TV with me, your host, author Doc B, on Sunday, the 26th of June at 2 p.m. You don't want to miss it. So let's get back to these questions. Okay. And so it says here in the Millati Islami book about, it talks about the real life experiences of the members of Millati Islami. Nafisa, can you talk about that a little bit? The real life experiences. It's right there on the first page, and it talks about how they were addicted and dependent on things, but now this program has done something for them. What has it done for you specifically?
Well, can you hear me? Because I took off my earpiece. Is it good? Okay.
Oh yeah, so, really good.
For me,
and let me just tell you this. The reason I'm answering this question is because I want the people to know that this is I want details of what we do. See, Imam, he gave details, but I need it from Muslima's perspective.
Oh, okay, I hear you. So this here, my real life experiences, that what Millati has done for me is check when I was out there, being dependent on money. I was dependent on a man. I was dependent on welfare. I was dependent on drugs. I needed to put that into a law. I had lost myself. Myself because I was raised Muslim, and at some point in time, I started following the dunya and got caught up and lost my children. Got my children back. I got myself in a situation where I had to, legal issues. Had to get myself together with that. Like things happened that I was became embarrassed as a woman, as a parent, and Millati Islami, being a member of Millati Islami and coming in here and just be able to reconnect with Allah and reconnect with practicing Islam and listening to everybody that's on the platform, helping reminding me that what am I doing, and that like Allah is the most forgiving, the most merciful, and like no matter what had happened in the past, that's the past, and I don't have to live with that, So Millati has given me a new life, through the grace of Allah. I've been given a new life. Like, check this out. The brothers and the sisters on the platform is helping me live, helping me find a new way to live my life. Because, like, I still live in an environment, that if I go too far up the block, I might, be outside of or see some stuff. But, like, none of that's attractive to me anymore. You know what I mean? And that's because I place where I come and I can talk about what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Millati Islami brothers, they give me suggestions. Nice. They give me surahs. They give me du'as. Our opening on the Millati Islami, it talks about what is it, Surah 96 and 90. We read every time we open the meeting. We read. It's just a reminder benefits the believers. So they just gave me back that light that I know that I is worth living. It brought me back to Allah.
Alhamdulillah. That's exactly what I needed my audience to hear. So there it is, folks. You will be connected to Allah if you decide to join and come to Millati Islami. We are definitely open, building new groups. It is evolving. It is just an amazing place for myself. You all know my story. You all know who I am, because I don't have any secrets in regards to my personal recovery and my life being a whole natural disaster like 9/11, and Allah putting it all back together, and going to the other fellowship made me realize that Allah was missing. Everything else was in place, but Allah was missing. And that's how I ended up picking back up groups in Millati Islami. So I'm just forever, ever, ever grateful for the Millati Islami program. The introduction just blows my mind every time I read the insanity part. And I think that a lot of people overlook it. They just get so into it. They just want to go straight to it. There's one member that always says, read the book for yourself. And it ain't that, the book's not that big or that thick. Like if you're a reader, you can get it done. Exactly, sis. Exactly. You can get it done in no time. You know, there did you see them? These are true Millati Islami members when they're coming on to podcasts handling their business and they have their literature with them. That's what I'm talking about. Soldiers for Allah, getting it together, looking for other souls to bring towards him. That is just truly amazing. It really is. It talks about the definition. It says, as it relates to addiction, as repeating the same act and expecting different results. See, Millati Islami will help you with that. It'll help you stay on the Salat al-Mustaqim, which is the path of peace. You know, and you have brothers and sisters that want for you what they want from themselves. That's just simply amazing to me, because I've always been selfish. I want everything. You ain't getting none. You know, you ain't getting none. And so, so here's another question on my list. So, and this question is for both of you. And Imam, you can go first with this question. Please tell the audience what you are most looking forward to on July 4th at the Freedom from Bondage Speaker Jam. And then it's a two-part question for you, Imam. How many of them have you been involved with? My goodness, you've been here for the longest.
Well, for the second part of your question first, you know, Millati Islami hasn't had, this is the second jam that they've had. So this one is almost unprecedented, only preceded by one we had in Thanksgiving. And so this is a part of the thrust and the revival that we're bringing to Millati Islami. Platforms like the one you have here, all these platforms that are available to us now to help us put the message out on a broader scale. You know, what I'm looking for in the Freedom from Bondage is to convey to people what freedom really is, because we have been locked behind the bars of our thinking in a way that makes us think that we have something that we really don't have. For instance, you know, you can say you can do anything you want to do. This is America, and you say, "Oh, you're proud of that." So you're really proud to just go get drunk. You're really proud to be licentious and perverted. You're really proud that you can go in any store and get pornography. You know what I'm saying? You say you take that as a sense of freedom, but that really is something that is perverted. So we want to put some good information out there. Incidentally, and I'm going to say this real quickly, before I came on here tonight, I was lecturing at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. And one of the PhD students said, well, what about the terrorists in Islam? And I was talking to them about Islam. And I said, I thought about what I was going to say. I said, listen to this. George Washington, the first president of these United States, was considered a terrorist by the British. But the people that he was fighting for called him a freedom fighter. Nelson Mandela was a terrorist by the South African government, but by the African National Congress, he was a freedom fighter. Same person that was a terrorist became the president of the United States. Same person that was a terrorist became the president of South Africa. So I'm very careful about how I use that term. And I shared it with, I got real transparent. And I said, I have to be honest with you. You're talking to a terrorist. And I said, let me qualify that statement. I am a recovering drug addict, and I am not afraid to tell you that. And I terrorize myself. I used to look in the mirror and be in total shock as to what I had done to myself with my hands.
Yes.
You know, so when I look at that now and I see myself on Mount Arafat, the same place that the Prophet Muhammad gave his last farewell address, me standing there, the same one that was a terrorist. This is what Islam will do for you.
Nice. That's good stuff.
So that's what I hope to bring to the audience at large, that just because you are somewhere or were somewhere, we are examples of what change can do and how it can be accomplished.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. That's outstanding. That's good stuff. I can't wait, because I wish I didn't have to work that day, but I know I do. So I'll be there later on about 3 o'clock. And then I'll stay the rest of and be in service or whatever they need me to do. But what do you think, sister? What are you mostly looking forward to from the Freedom of Bondage Speaker Jam on July the 4th with the Millati Islami program?
I'm really excited about it. You know, I'm looking forward to listening to and hearing the brothers speak to me, listen to their talk and what they say, and feeling it reach my heart. It's something about when you hear somebody sharing their truth and talking about where it was, where they're trying to go as far as like changing their lives, and how some of what they say you identify with, like you say, that me too. You know what I mean? And then as they continue to tell their story, you know, you find like you start to feel like all this hope. You start to, your chest, you know, you start realizing like, man, you know, and you get happy for them. You get happy for yourself. I'm looking for an opportunity to be inspired, to be inspired by the Muslim brothers and sisters when they come on the platform talking about their struggles, but we able to use our Islamic terminologies. We able to talk and say Allah's name. You know what I mean? Like in some fellowships you can't do that, but in this fellowship you can. You know, and I'm just looking forward to just listening to all them speak and talk about you know, the change that has taken place in their lives. You know, what I'm going to hear. You never know what you're going you know, but some stuff dropping. Some stuff might drop. You might drop a tear. Some might be jaw dropping. Some might be laughing. I'm looking for a little bit of all that, because that's what happened when I went to the last speaker jam. You know what I mean? And we're just looking for an opportunity for us to also, you know, fundraise so that we can start to move towards our second convention. We're looking to decide where we're going to have it at, because this thing is worldwide. We got people coming on from Chicago, from New York, from Baltimore, North Carolina, South Carolina. Like, people are coming on, even some from overseas. So I'm
Dubai. Somebody from Dubai is going to be speaking. United Arab Emirates. I'm glad you brought that up, because I will go down the list and let the audience know that it's people from all over the world. Thank you for reminding me of that. That was really good. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to. The different speakers from different places. We all hear each other all the time because we do business together, and we are trying to keep this thing flowing to the best of our ability and evolving. So I think I'm looking forward to hearing the person from Dubai speaking, and you got quite a few people from Atlanta. Let me just tell you some of these topics, though. The importance of staying connected to the Jumat. Ladies and gentlemen, Jumat means group. I often say that if you do not have a group of people in your life, shame on you. You cannot go through life without people. You can't live life by yourself. Then Here's another one of my favorites. You ready? You heard it from off the Doc B, everybody. Don't get played by Shaitan. Shaitan is the devil. Do you see my face when I did that? I mean, I cannot wait. They are going to drop jewels, and these topics are just amazing. Oh, Stairway to Recovery. That's your topic, E-Man. Stairway to Recovery. You want to tell them where that came from? Because we were laughing when it was created. We on our last 5 minutes countdown, and then I'm going to make some announcements. We're going to close out, but let them know what that particular topic, because it was hilarious when I realized it.
We tweaked it a little bit because they thought I was being true. Philadelphia with the OJ's Stairway to Heaven, and we joked about that because originally that's what I called it. And heaven, by the way, is full illumination of the mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
But it sounded a little musical to them, so they said, and I relented. I said, okay. But in my head, I'm still thinking Stairway to Heaven. So anyway we speak about it, it'll be getting us upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our little thing about that. So thank you for
that was hilarious. Yeah. No problem at all. And so I want to say thank you to both of you for coming on. Before we end, I just want to give a little bit more information about the Millati Islami program. And so you can go to MillatiIslami.org, and that's MillatiIslami.org. I definitely put it in the chat so that you can see it. You can also find Millati Islami World Service on Facebook. You can also find them now on Twitter, and they are now on, I don't think it's on Twitter yet. My apologies. That's coming soon. They are definitely on YouTube. They are on IG now. They just recently got IG, Instagram. So, and you can always look on either my business Facebook page, Bring It to the Table, WURD 96.1 FM and 900 AM radio. And you can always find them on my in my group as well. So I am definitely a Millati Islami fan. I love them for the sake of Allah and because I want for my brother what I want for myself. You guys were absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining tonight and coming in. Do you have any final remarks? Oh, the website will send you to meetings. Also, you can see all the flyers for meeting on every one of those platforms that I just mentioned. There's flyers everywhere. I mean, I've been posting them like no tomorrow, and there are other people working hard to get the word out about this event on July 4th, Freedom from Bondage. It's a recovery event, but you are all welcome. Final remarks. We are at that 48th minute. Final remarks, Imam Jury.
I think the best speech is the speech of Allah. So I'm going to speak the Quran. The surah that we speak of in Millati Islami at the close of all of our meetings is, with the name of Allah, most merciful, most gracious, by the token of time and through the ages. Truly man is in a loss. Some scholars say is doomed, except those who have faith, do deeds of righteousness, and enjoin in the mutual teachings of truth. Yes. Constancy and patience. This is the essence of Millati Islami. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nafisa, sister. Any last remarks? You were amazing. You guys are amazing.
Thank you so much. I want to read what's in the beginning of the book. And I just want to say, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, you believe intoxicants and gamblings. Dedications are to stones and deviations by arrows are evils of Satan's handiwork. Avoid such evils so that you may prosper. Satan's plan but to excite hostility and hatred between you and intoxicants and gamblings and hinder you from the remembrance of Allah and from prayer. Will you not abstain? I would just say to everybody on here, Stay connected so you can be protected.
Yes, that was really good. So here it is. This is it. We're going out with a bang. This is the kickoff to July 4th Speaker Jam by the Millati Islami World Service Office.
Freedom from bondage.
Freedom from bondage. If you want to get free, you need to be up in there. Please click like and share. Follow us on every platform.
If you ain't clean, you can't deem if you ain't clean.
And we are worldwide. We are worldwide. I'm telling you now, the program is evolving. More groups are growing and growing all over. If you want to start a group, I'm going to ask that you go to MillatiIslami.org to get your package and start your group. Just reach out to the Millati Islami World Service Office on Facebook or Instagram, and you will not regret it. You will be in for a treat. It is for everyone. And if you need us to come out to your treatment center, your masjid, your church, your daycare, your school, we will be more than happy to come out to carry this message from Millati Islami, the path of peace. It is addiction treatment. That's what it's all about. Thank you all for joining. Bring it to the table. Drop jewels tonight. Overcome, conquering, and surviving anything and is living beyond your dreams. You heard it from your girl, author Doc B. Thank you, Imam Jury. Thank you, Sister Nafisa. Assalamu alaikum. Next Thursday, there will be 2 more guests. Please stay tuned. Peace. Thank you.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To the two sisters in the struggle. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Good show. Really good show.